All right, we had previously talked about showing triangles are similar by angle, angle, side, 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 or side, angle, side, and we're going to work through a bunch more examples to help make sure we understand it. All right, so the first one, what do we have? Well, we have an angle, and we have the sides on either side of that angle. So we know we might be able to get side, angle, side. And here, let's mark it. So we know that the short side goes with the short side, and the longer side goes with the longer side. And we have the angle in between. 3 over 9 reduces to 1/3. 5 over 15 reduces to 1/3. We got sides, we got the angle, we got side, angle, side, similarity. Now we just got to write our similarity statement. So let's start up here with E, F, G. Now we got to match our second triangle to it. So E down the short side to the angle. So R down the short side to the angle. So we got R, T, S. And we are done with that one. Look at number 2. Number 2, all we have are sides. So let's do our sides. So we have our short side and our short side. We've got our middle side and our middle side. And then we've got our long side and our long side. Let's put these together, see what we get. 22 over 16 equals 28 over 20 equals 35 over 25. So let's see. 22 over 16 reduces pretty easy because it's divisible by 2, and we get 11 over 8. (28 over 20 is also even, so we'll reduce that. So we get that down to 14 over 10, which is going to further reduce to 7 over 5. So these triangles are not proportional, so they are not similar. Because remember, all the proportions of all the sides have to be equal. And here, they are not. Number 3. Well, we got a bunch of angles here. We got 2 in one triangle, 1 in the other. So let's see what we can prove. Well, first thing we got is we have our big X here, which means we have vertical angles. So this is 42. So one angle down. Now to find the third angle, we got to take one of these triangles and find the third angle. And we know how to do that because every triangle has 180 degrees in it. And 180 minus 42 minus 53 equals 85. So this angle and this angle are congruent. We have two angles. So we got angle, angle, similarity. Now let's go ahead and name them, and let's just start it. Angle 1, angle 2, the unmarked angle, angle 1, angle 2, and the unmarked angle. So we got angle triangle B, EA is similar to triangle BCD, and we are done. Number 4. Here we have to remember that QP is 18 plus 6, or 24, and RP is going to be 20. And they only gave us a bunch of sides, so we're going to look and see if we can get side, side, side. So let's see, we can do 18, and 18 is the middle, 24 is the middle here. Sorry, not the middle, the longest and longest. So we got 18 over 24. Then we got the middle and the middle. So we got 15 over 20. And then we go short. Short gives us 12 over 16. 18 over 24 reduces to 3/4. 15 over 20 is 3/4. 12 over 16 is 3/4. So we have side, side, side. Similarity. And let's pick our triangle. So let's go P, Y, X is similar to P, R, Q, because we went P, Y, X. So we're going to go P, R, Q. And we are done with that one. All right, so here we have parallel lines because we have the arrows. And then here we have 2 arrows and 2 arrows. So 1 arrow goes with 1 arrow, 2 arrows go with 2 arrows. We have 2 sets of parallel lines. And as we all, I'm sure, remember, we're either looking for alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding, or consecutive interior angles. Well, let's see. We have an angle here and angle here, both above the single parallel line, so that's a corresponding angle. And then if we come up top to L, and JKN, also corresponding angles. So here we've got 2 sets of congruent angles. We've got angle, angle. Let's write our similarity statement. And I want to start with LKM because we're just going to pick the first triangle and then make the second triangle match. So we're going from 2 to 1 to none. So 2 is K, 1 is J, and none is N. We're done with that one. So we're using all these skills that we had previously learned. All right, so we got sides and an angle. So here we got angle D, which is in both triangles. So angle D is congruent to angle D. So let's see what we got on the sides. And we have to remember that FD is going to be 65 because it's the whole distance. And ED is going to be 44 because it's the whole distance. And so 35 is the long side here, and 65 is the long side there. And then we left with 24 and 44. Let's line these up. So 35 over 65 equals 24 over 44. Well, let's see. 5 goes into 35 7 times. It goes into 65 13 times. And as you can see, already tell we're going to have an issue because when we come over here and we start to reduce this one, we're going to have 12 over 22, which is going to go down to 6 after 11. So this is not similar because the sides are not proportional. Let's move on to number 7 and just keep going, see what we got. All right, we got angles. So just like we did before, we have to find another angle, and it doesn't matter which triangle we do. So let's pick GHJ, 180 minus 90 minus 34 is going to give us 56. So we have one congruent angle, but we're not going to get two. So it is not similar. And it would have been the same if we'd have done it the other way. We'd have had 180 minus 90 minus 61 equals 29. So clearly not similar. Moving on. All right, so here, once again, we got our x. So it means we have vertical angles. So we got angles here, and we've got the sides. So we've got our short side and our short side, and we've got our long side and our long side. And since the angles between the sides we've got potential for side angle side. So let's figure out if we do. So we got short over short, and then longer over longer. All right, so 39 is 3 times 13. 63 is divided by 3, so that's 21. So we got 13 over 21. Well, 52, you can put it in your calculator, but I can already tell you it's 4 times 13. So we divide 84 by 4, which will give us 21. That's good. So we got side angle side similarity. And then let's name our triangle, and we'll pick the one on top, TUR. So we went T from the short side down the unknown side, down our longer side. So that would be S down our unknown side, down our longer side. So we're going to go triangle SQR. Make sure we're having our triangles where all the corresponding parts match up to the corresponding parts. All right, we got a bunch more examples to go. So we're going to keep moving along and pause this video or back it up if we're going too fast, because you have that power. So here we got 3 sides. So we're looking, do we have side, side, side? And it's two isosceles triangles, right? So what we're going to get is we only have to compare 2 because 2 of them are exactly the same. And then we're going to have, we're going to have 35 over 25. So 42 over 30, both divisible by 6. So we're going to have 7 over 5. And 35 and 25, obviously both divisible by 5. And we're going to have 7 over 5. And of course, 42 over 30 equals 42 over 30. So we've got side, 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 similarity. Let's write our congruence statement. So let's start at the top, go to W, then S, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll start at the top, D, E, A. All right, so here, once again, we got parallel lines. So that is usually pretty good information for us. And we know we're looking for angles. So here and here are our corresponding angles. Here and here. It's another set of corresponding angles. This one was far too simple. It's angle, angle. So let's write our congruence statement. And we'll do the little triangle first. We'll do 1 up to the point, down to 2. So then we'll start at 1, which is G. Triangle G up to the point, that's H. And then down to 2, which is I. We've got a similarity statement. All the corresponding parts match up. And we can move on from that one. Let's see, number 11. We got a side, we got a side. Okay, we've got our vertical angles here. But even though these angles are congruent, let's put on the side, it is not included, meaning not between the lines. So therefore, not congruent, because remember, side, side, angle, side. The angle has to be included or between. So we do not have similar triangles here. All right, so then number 12. Well, here they give us an angle. And once again, we've got our big X. So we know we got vertical angles. So two angles, angle, angle, similarity. Write our similarity statement. We're going to V, U, T. So we went from 1 to none to 2. So over here, we go from 1 to none to 2. So it's going to be triangle DCT. All right, got lots of sides here. So what are we going to do? Well, all the sides are given, so we're probably looking at side, side, side. So let's get these lined up. I'd like to start with the small, but it doesn't really matter, does it? So we got 40.5 over 18. And then middle, is 49.5 over 22. And then big with big is going to be 54 over 24. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop these into our calculator one at a time, because 40.5 doesn't break down easily for us. And we're going to find out that when we do that, we are going to have 3 proportional sides. So we have side, 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 similarity, and then we just got to write our similarity statement. So let's write KNB, 1, 2, 3. So we went from where the middle and the big come together, which would be P, down the big, and then down the small. So it would be similar to triangle PDF. So we went like this, and then we did the same thing here. Similar triangles, so now we can move on. 14, we have a side, and we have another side. And here, they gave us this, which is going to go with here. So we got to remember to do the same thing right here. So 45 plus 36 is 81. So we're going to have 40 over 90 equals 36 over 81. So let's reduce these down. 40 over 90 is just 4/9. And then 36 divided by 9 is 4, and 81 divided by 9 is, of course, 9. So 4/9 and 4/9. The two sides are proportional, and angle S is in both. So angle S is going to be congruent to angle S. We've got side, angle, side congruence. And so let's name our triangles. Let's do TSR so we can get our similarity statement. So T, we're going to start with G, and then S with S. And of course, then all we have left is H to go with R. We are done. Number 15, we have an angle. We've got a longer side. We've got a shorter side. So let's see what we get when we put them together. Well, 16, 45 are both divisible by 15. So we got 4 over 3. Let's see, 64 would be 16 times 4. 54 is divisible by 3. 64 is not divisible by 3. Because if we take 54 divided by 3, we get 18. Or we can just divide them by 2, get 32 over 27. 32 is 4 and 8, 27 is 3 and 9. They are not proportional, so they are not similar. All right, go ahead and pause the video here and work out number 16 for yourself and see how you do. All right, let's see if we get the same answer. Here we got arrows. So we know we're looking for alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding, or consecutive interior angles. So this and this are alternate interior. So we got that same thing on the other side. Or we could have taken our x to get a vertical angle as well. So quite clearly, we got angle similarity. Let's write our similarity statement. So let's go S, X, Z from 1 to 2 to the middle. And that's going to be similar to triangle T, Y, Z from 1 to 2 to the middle. Hopefully you got that. I'm assuming you did. 17. Pause the video again and let's see how you do. All right, now that you've worked it out, let's see what we're doing. So we have an interesting thing, and we got to do some manipulation here to figure it out. So we know that right here, we have a triangle. So 180 minus 62 minus 31 equals 87. So this is going to be 87. Right here, we have a linear pair. What does that mean? That means a line is 180 degrees, so 180 minus 93 equals 87. So this one here is 87. So let's go to blue for this. So 62 plus 87. So here we have our other triangle. So we got 180 minus 62 minus 87, and that's going to equal 31 degrees. So 31. So we got, this is the same as this one right here. This is the same as this one right here. And of course, 62 is in both triangles. We have angle similarity. So let's write our similarity statement. And we're going to start with the small one. And we're going to go, what, F, P, Q is similar. So we went from 62 to 87 to 31. So we're going to do 62 to 87 to 31 in the big triangle. And we are done. Once again. Last one. So go ahead and pause the video one last time. Solve for this, and let's see what we get. All right. Now let me show you how I did it. So here, we know we have right angles. All right angles are congruent, so we're good on angles. We got, it's between the two sides we have. So we're looking to see if we can get side angles side. So here's the smaller side, and here's the smaller side. Here's here's the larger side, and here's the larger side. So we're going to do 48 over 44 equals 51 over 46.75. So at first blush, this doesn't look like it's going to work. But if we take 48, put it in our calculator, divide it by 41, we're going to get 1.091. And then we do the same thing with 51. Oop, I forgot my 6. Let's clean that up. Divide 51 by 46.75, and we're going to get 1.091. So we have side angle side similarity. So let's write our similarity statement. So we're going to go from C to A to N down this way. So we'll go the same way in our second triangle, similar to VLH. And we are all done. Great job, everybody.